flying sucks. Flying sucks. And having been delayed one too many times, I mean, oh boy. I don't have that many complaints about United myself. I had major complaints with Delta. I'll never fly them again. But should we just shrug this off like, it happens? Or do you think it kind of underscores how antiquated America's entire, and not to blame just the FAA and the air traffic control systems that we know are outdated, but overall, all of America's transportation industry, how outdated our systems are? Because how come we don't hear about this like in China or Japan? Like, we don't hear about this.
Well, and I'm sure it happens, but in this particular case, it happened because of technology and a failure in technology that was pushed out. You now have everybody going back and doing an autopsy on United's book, especially what else would you do if you're stuck on a plane for 9 hours and couldn't get off? Yeah, you're going to start looking at why am I here and how this happened? Well, one person who's pretty much an expert in the field actually said that they were grounded due to technological issues. Data confirms that they outsourced their tech development needs to cheaper labor. And that's where you're going to find out. So not only are we outdated within our flights right now, but it's also they're outsourced. We're not using, in-house capabilities. This could go two ways. I think that if this continues, there's a lot of oversight to the aviation from the federal government, but you don't want too much because, once again, free market. We don't want to have dictations. We're not a dictatorship here in the United States, but we need to make sure that people are safe and that there needs to be the patient, the rider's rights. That's why we used to have, what was it, a Bill of Rights that they gave us?
Yeah.
So I think, this is going to be you're going to see, as long as they continue to not put our tech, not update their technology within some of these key organizations, they're either going to become outdated or they're going to continue to have these problems and people aren't going to ride them anymore. I guarantee folks who ride United are going to think twice before they ride again.
Well, but then here's the problem is do you remember growing up, we used to have like dozens and dozens of air carriers that you can choose from, right? And then these big companies like United or Delta or whatever, they bought them up and consolidated everything. So you don't have many options, especially here domestic. We don't have a lot of options anymore. So I think this is part of the problem. This is where free markets and this style of capitalism has kind of gone way too far, is that you've allowed for monopolies to happen. And when monopolies happen, the consumer gets screwed. I mean, it's the same thing with big pharma, right?